Right, 24 March 2024, and as usual on Sundays I do come a bit late because it's my day for a bit of digestion, but you must rest assured that I'll be here all this time. So I sit here for hours before I go live. Today we've got quite a number of stories, and I want to handle what is going to be discussed here very carefully. I don't want to do an injustice to some people. So I want to start with what's happening in the CCC, and the departure of Nelson Chamisa is a big problem. This is because a number of opportunists and chancers have arisen, and the politics that we're seeing in the opposition is no longer the politics that will take us where we're going. It's more of the politics of money. People are now trying to use the opportunity that has been created by the departure of Nelson Chamisa to create some fortune for themselves. And this has been made clear by what has happened between Mkwananzi and Timba. And this is revealed in today's press. So in Parliament, there are currently 4 letters of people who are demanding the Parliament funds that are due to the CCC because the CCC has got MPs. And among those letters, Timba has got his letter which he has sent, which says the funds must come to him. Mkwananzi has got a letter that he sent to Parliament, which I showed you a few weeks back, which says he's the president of the CCC and he's supposed to get the funds. Welshman Ncube has sent a letter which says he's the president of the CCC and he's supposed to get the funds. And Tshabangu has sent a letter saying the funds must come to him. So the current situation that we have is very confusing, because you remember that in public, Mkwananzi is saying Timba is the president, but behind the scenes, Mkwananzi is actually going and demanding the funds from Parliament. At the same time, Timba has been sitting back quietly, but he has also gone and demanded the funds from Parliament. The question is, which bank account are these funds going to go to if they are released? Who owns that bank account? Who is the signatory? What constitution are these guys using to receive these funds? And how will these funds be used? As you are aware, according to the CCC constitution, which Tshabangu is using, 50% of all the Parliament funds will go to the president, which means Tshabangu is going to get 50% of approximately $5 million US. That will go to Tshabangu if he receives those funds. But you know that Tshabangu is not the president of the CC. According to everything that we know, Tshabangu is not the president of the CC. So who is it directing the funds to? If Welshman Ncube is also claiming the funds, so there's a likelihood that Tendai has also played a part in Tshabangu's letter, because as you know, Tshabangu is PDP. So it's possible that in that letter that Tshabangu has written, it's possible that Tendai Biti is the one who is going to get those funds. So there's a lot of backstabbing going on regarding these funds. Mkwananzi stabbing Timba, Timba stabbing Mkwananzi, Tshabangu stabbing Biti stabbing Ncube. We have a crisis in the opposition here. The guys are not serious, and they're doing things just for money here. And as you know that Tshabangu has been interdicted by the court from acting on behalf of the CC, which means ZANU-PF is deliberately accepting the letter from Tshabangu when they know that there is a court order that says they must not accept any letter from Tshabangu. So if I was to say who really is supposed to get the funds, right now I would say Promise Mkwananzi is probably the person that is going to get the funds, because he was the first to send a letter after Tshabangu was stopped or interdicted from using the name of the CCC and from acting on behalf of the CCC. So let's see what happens. There are a lot of court cases happening here. regarding the issue of the CCC, and specifically regarding who is in charge. And as you have seen this week, a lot of people that have gone with Chamisa, for example, Chibaya, Ostalos, and Mahere, it's becoming less and less clear what they're thinking, where they're going to go. This is because of this money. This money is $5 million US. It is going to change a lot, and ZANU-PF is going to take advantage of this money. ZANU-PF has already received their share, as far as I'm concerned, and right now it is the CCC which has not received their share, and this money is likely going to go to Promise Mkwananzi. According to my estimation here and my calculations, Promise Mkwananzi is likely to get the money, and that is why you see a lot of people going towards Mkwananzi. They know that Mkwananzi is likely to get the money. Timba is no one in parliament. He did not write the letter as president, so you can't write a letter when Mkwananzi has written a letter and said all communication goes through me. It means Timba cannot write another letter without going through Mkwananzi. And so I think Mkwananzi is most likely to get that money, about $5 million US. And that is why you see a lot of people going towards Mkwananzi. Now let's go to the second story. We've got a number of stories today, but I'll go to the second story now. And the second story is to do with the young man called Emmerson Mnangagwa Jr. Right, so I don't want to drag Emmerson Mnangagwa Jr. into this story, but I've got no choice. I have to drag him into this story. So there's a prophet, an apostle called Apostle Batsirais Java. He came out this week and claimed that Stuart Nyamayaro has closed his Facebook page. So you remember this video here, which I showed you during the week when I told you that Mnangagwa is Stuart Nyamayaro.
Mr. Nyamayaro took down my page after being paid by a spirit of Jezebel. I want my pulpit back.
Right. So now we know who the spirit of Jezebel is. According to the Standard newspaper, the spirit of Jezebel is Prophet Uebert Angel. So what has happened here is that there is a young man called Prof X in South Africa. You've seen me with Prof X. I met him at the airport. I've never met him before. That was my first time to meet him at the airport. So we took a picture together. Prof X has been sent, according to the newspaper, by Prophet Uebert Angel to extort money from Apostle Java. And Apostle Java is the brother of Prophet Passion Java. So apparently there are some girls who said that they were abused by Apostle Java. And Prof X has recordings of these girls. So they sent Prophet J. Israel, and when I say they, I mean Prophet Uebert Angel. They sent him to Apostle Java and said if he pays $50,000 US, then they will not release the videos. And Apostle, Apostle Java, who is obviously Batsirais Java, said he did not abuse any girls, and so he's not going to pay. Then they sent, according to him, according to Apostle Java, they sent Prof X and Stuart Nyamayaro to bring down his Facebook page. So now we can't access his Facebook page. And also, Prophet Uebert Angel called him, threatening him with ZANU-PF, with the ZANU-PF connections. And Apostle Java went public, threatening Stuart Nyamayaro that because he's taken down God's pulpit, him and his family are going to die. I did call Stuart Nyamayaro to ask him what was happening. And he said to me, he doesn't know what is happening. But apparently, Stuart Nyamayaro has gone to court. He has written a letter through his lawyers to Apostle Java to stop threatening him. And where this gets interesting is that Emmerson Mnangagwa Jr. has intervened in this whole case, trying to resolve the issue among the prophets. So the prophets who are involved here is Passion Java, Uebert Angel, Apostle Java, J. Israel, and the blogger Prof X. They're all involved. So Emmerson Mnangagwa Jr. has attempted to resolve this issue, but it has not been resolved. And this is becoming a very big mess because obviously anything that has a bad image on Uebert Angel also has a bad image on Mnangagwa, Mnangagwa, because people tend to throw names around. So when they're doing bad things, they tend to throw names around and say, I'm going to tell this person and they're going to do such and such to him. So this is a very big mess. And Uebert Angel apparently visited Apostle Java this week with Prophet Java. They visited Apostle Java, but his Facebook page is still down. So that is the big story here, and it's developing a lot of extortion taking place, including and reaching the level of the presidency. And I don't know if Prophet Uebert Angel is adding any value to Mnangagwa. I do not know, but I think currently he's being embroiled in a lot of different things that are really not important, that are so low level. And this is because he's got a church in Zimbabwe. He is trying to bring up that church to make it popular, but it's apparently not popular, and people are not going over there. He tried to bring Makandiwa over there, but it didn't work. Apparently, this is one of the reasons why this whole thing came up, because many prophets, they are against Prophet Uebert Angel. So there are now two camps of prophets. That is, they were trying to bring Makandiwa onto this side. ZANU-PF is trying to drag Makandiwa into their side. And this is going to become a big thing. As you know, Makandiwa, I don't think, and I've said this before, I don't think he fits in this group. But eventually he's going to get caught in the crossfire. Makandiwa is going to be caught in the crossfire if he does not strategize properly here. He's playing with some very slimy characters, and these slimy characters are going to smear him with whatever they're doing in politics. I don't think prophets should be in politics, but because they carry so much crowds, ZANU-PF is trying to drag them on their side. That's why you see that there's involvement of people like Emmerson Mnangagwa Jr. in this whole issue. The prophets are very important to ZANU-PF because Mnangagwa has got nothing to offer except gimmicks. So everything that you see Mnangagwa doing is a gimmick. He tries to bring crowds on his side, but everything that Mnangagwa is doing is a total failure. He's not able to change this economy. Eventually, he's just going to grind to the end of his term without achieving anything. You will see what I'm talking about. ED, it's terrible what's happening in Zimbabwe because of the mismanagement. And that is why you see ED trying to bring all these crowds around himself. So let's move to another story again that involves ED. And this is in Mutare this time. The issue of Scott, the community in Mutare, they're up in arms against Scott Sakupwanya. A documentary has been released this week regarding the poisoning with cyanide of the water bodies. Animals are dying, fish are dying. And after the release of that documentary, Scott Sakupwanya has sent his people to threaten the villagers, and some of the villagers have gone into hiding. So I'll show you a video of some of the villagers speaking, and you'll see what it's all about.
Nekugeza asi izvozvo atichakwanisi kuichera mvura iyoyo nekuda kwematanks ari kumusoro uko anoitwa zvesanidation. Saka vane machemicals avanoshandisa ari kurasirwa murwizi imomo. Sometime ago kwakatombofa fish dzakawanda.
Right, so that is the pollution, and apparently the people who spoke on this documentary are in hiding now. And then let's look at what the councillor said there, the councillor of the area.
Cyanide. Maorganization akaita sana emawo ini nditori neshungu dzekuti nditombosangane nawo woza ndione basa rawo chairo. Basa rawo vanoriziya kana kuti avariziyi. Sekuti izvozvizvi mukaenda kuroad yekupena longa padhuze nepapolice case papa pano vanhu vari kumaina musaidi metara, which means tara yekutofa kwayo.
Okay, so you can see the big mining that is taking place. Scott Sakupwanya was told to stop mining in that area through his company, Better Brand. But he's continuing to mine. He uses informal artisanal miners to mine. And he's got that big thing that is digging that you saw on the side of the road. They don't care. They don't close the hole. Last week, someone died, fell into those holes and died. And EMA, the Environmental Management Agency, is looking at this as it is happening, and they're doing nothing about it because they're paid. Mnangagwa has brought a new company in called Zim Gold, which people are afraid to touch. And that is on top of the other companies I told you before, Anajualet and so on. And on top of all that, these guys are mining and they're not paying the amount that they're supposed to pay to the company that owns Red Mine. So it's a whole big mess. And obviously, as I said, this is all to do with ED. These guys are makorokoza. They don't know how to run business. And ED, whatever they're running is some informal thing. They dig a hole here, they dig a hole there, they plant a few bits of maize here and there. That stuff is not scalable. And that is why young people are running away from the ZANU-PF guys. It's a whole mess in the cartel, what these guys are running. And if you were looking at, for example, someone who was supporting ZANU-PF, I want to give you an example of a young lady called Chimama. She was supporting ZANU-PF viciously. This past week, you've seen that she's quit the whole ZANU-PF thing. If you support ZANU-PF and you're young, you find it very, very difficult because those guys have got no future. They don't care about anything. They're only worried about creating some money for themselves. I want to end with this one story, and this is coming out of Bulawayo. The widow of Innocent Gala, she has won a court case against a doctor who was running a business in Palabala, and the war veterans were running this. So what has happened is that after losing the court case, Dr. Jimmy Gazi has gone and crashed the building. So you find the story in the Sunday newspaper. If you drive along the Palabala Road, you know the spot. It's got a filling station here. After losing the court case, he destroyed the whole building. And so I don't know what is going to happen here. This is the late Innocent Gala, who is a national hero. They rented out this building to the war veterans, Sekusile, and after that to Dr. Jimmy Gazi, who then lost the court case because he wanted to take over the property. But after he lost the court case to vacate the premises, he has gone on to destroy the building. So that is in the Sunday newspaper. And then the Mugabe boys, obviously, they're out there showing off all white. And then Miniyothabo is going to be presenting or hosting a ladies' luncheon. So you can go and have a look at this advert. It's not very clear to me. I think my eyes are getting old, but it says 19 here. I don't know where this place is, but she's going to be presenting a ladies' luncheon hosted by Capitalk for $50. So you can check it out. Zodom Kanda is going to be there, and other people that I can see Zodom Kanda there. But I think let me check this properly in the newspaper. I want to do justice to Keno Miniyothabo. I don't want people to go away without understanding. Okay, March 29, 2024. You can call the numbers on the screen, 0783-837-704, to be part of this ladies' luncheon. And then obviously there's a lady called Tatenda Tevera, if I'm not mistaken. She's very popular in the newspapers. I do not know why she's so popular, but she is very popular. I don't know, because the way she's coming out to the newspapers, there's something here. Let's look at this young lady here. She is featuring in almost every advert, every newspaper, and I'm starting to wonder what the board management and staff at the Postal and Telecommunications Regulatory Authority of Zimbabwe congratulates Honorable Dr. T.A. Matevera for successful launch of the National ICT Policy, Broadband Plan, Smart Zimbabwe Master Plan, Sumabla Primary and Secondary School Computerization. She's like doing everything, man. And in all these pictures, so I don't know. So I think I've covered quite a lot here. I mean, Daranga's gone to my baby to you. So let's go to a recap of what we're saying here before I get into trouble, and then we'll go in the comments. So Nyaima funds, the funds of the CC, is becoming a problem, and people are just around there, not for politics, but for money. Mkwananzi sent a letter to Parliament. Timba sent a letter to Parliament. Sengezo sent a letter to Parliament. Ncube sent a letter to Parliament demanding the CCC funds. So everything's about the funds. This is becoming a big mess, and it's no longer about politics. We need a new opposition party in Zimbabwe. We need a new opposition party that is going to become a genuine representative of the people. Our people are being represented by scammers and opportunists, and they don't care about the future, because Akapoa 5 million is done. He goes away. That's being a scammer. That's why you see things in the opposition are not moving. People are only interested in the money. So I hope Nelson Chamisa comes out and launches something that will take us somewhere. And let's look at the comments very quickly. Mkoma Kudawa says, good morning, Kambaku. Remember my comment stating that the CC is gradually moving into a Maduku kind of politics, which is politics of the stomach. These people are taking people's lives for granted. I agree, Mkoma Kudakwashe. And I think it's clear that we need something different. What is here now currently is not sufficient. We need people that can take this politics that we have and properly convert it into something that is useful for the people. I disagree with what is happening in the CCC, and I like to encourage Noso Chamisa to come out and resolve this crisis. He's the only person that can resolve the crisis in Zimbabwe. Chamisa cannot stand in the background when people are suffering in this manner, and we continue with this confusion. So this confusion must be brought to an end. Chamisa should start something new. That's what Mkoba Robert is saying. I agree. Let's have new people here. Everyone that is in the current group must not be around Chamisa. And I agree that Chamisa has done well by exposing everyone that is in this group. Chamisa is going to do very, very well if he launches. And then Mkoma Pukunyu is saying, Kiki, I don't push age in Batsirais. I'm Daranga to scan out to the good. I'm Daranga Tora size. I think when it comes to the younger ladies, Madara Ngambo Mira. Then let's go to Mkoma Assam. Gambakwe, you truly hate Scott. Maybe he refused to help you when you ask for help. I think I want to address Nyai Jakanaka. You know, guys, I'm transparent, and I don't want to lie to you. Vanavandroazio, Scott, Prophet Uebert Angel, Java, maybe Mkoma Java, the apostle and Mzivi, but of all the people that I've mentioned, the person that I respect the most is Passion Java. Passion Java, if you ask me any day, I can vouch for Passion Java. He is got clear intentions for everything that he does. I've never seen a day when Passion Java did not take time to address someone. I think everyone knows what I'm talking about. Java will never, Passion, he will never not give you an opportunity to present your case to him. So what Java has done, he has taken many people to many other different people. So so let's say Java akatora moon and say, okay, I'm taking someone to Mnangagwa. The person is going to go there and get to Mnangagwa, but then they'll be messed up when they get to Mnangagwa. Or Java takes someone to Uebert Angel. That person will be messed up when they get to Uebert Angel. But Java will have done his part. Java has got a massive network. There's no one that doesn't know Passion in the whole of Zimbabwe. And that is why you see Kuti, ZANU-PF has managed to have all these people around them to reach all the young people. That's because of Passion Java. And I keep telling everyone that without Passion Java, Mnangagwa was not going to be where he is in terms of this little bit of respectability. So Passion Java has done a great job. Starting as far back as 2018, before all of you knew about Passion Java, was already working behind the scenes. The problem that we have, and that I want to address, is one, you cannot kill people. So if you kill someone, no matter how much I like you, I'm not going to support you. If you kill a person during a campaign, don't expect me to sit here and say, you killed someone and it was okay. So Scott, the reason why I disagree with Scott Sakupwanya is because of the issue. Yeah, Pastor Masai. You cannot kill a person during a campaign, or someone cannot be killed in your constituency during a campaign against you, and then you keep quiet. You don't say anything. You don't even visit the family of the people that were killed. That is my quarrel with Scott Sakupwanya, and that quarrel won't end. I can assure you that that quarrel with me and Scott, it won't end. Scott and a security company, Nima machine gun, the biggest machine guns in Zimbabwe. You can bring them to me and point them at me if you want. But as long as he doesn't address the fact that they killed someone in his constituency, abducted him, kept him for 3 days, and then after that, they did not investigate. The police kept quiet. No one is investigating. The Zimbabwe Human Rights Commission is quiet. As long as that is not addressed, there's no relationship between me and Scott. And I'm not apologizing for that one. So let's not lie to each other here about maybe he refused to help you when you asked him for help. I do not agree with that. And I do not want to go deeper. That is as far as it goes. Scott must address the issue and must take the lead in addressing the issue of Pastor Messiah, who was killed in his constituency during the campaign. If Scott is responsible, he must be arrested and he must account. So that is the beginning, and Mnangagwa must not walk around with Scott before that issue is addressed. So let's be clear. But that is where it starts and ends. And my respect for Java does not end because of that. I see what maybe Java and Scott are friends, but Java has never tried to take me to such people, or whenever I was talking to him in the past. And I think everyone agrees that the killing of people during campaigns must not happen. And we must all be principled in that manner. We cannot take Zakadaro in Zimbabwe. And we're not afraid. I'm not even afraid. I'm not afraid of people who murder people. Because kana uchirumeda vanhu, you're a thug, and what can I call this? Binya, right? Binya rochkize. Come on, guys. Kana mkakumbusha kwenyu kaenda binya mnorichka here. Varume munobuda kama munotsvaga binya, nditi. So that is it. Hapana munhu anotya binya. In Zimbabwe amungaiti binya rinotyisa zvekuti vanhu vese vakutotya. No, there's nothing like that. All I can tell you is isusu in our area. Kwambeta anonzi mabinya. Varume didn't stop. Maybe to vana and vakadzi, they stop going out. But varume, they don't. So don't think anyone is afraid because someone akauraya munhu. No one is afraid. You have to finish us all. Then we will see. Let's go to Nkoma EM. Gabako, you're funny sometimes. Whatever, my baby. I'm Dara. I'm Dara. I'm going to see raw size. Scott, I personally also don't like him. He's cruel. Okay. I think I must end the Scott issue because I'll get very worked up. Mkoma Peter is saying, so how do you like someone who takes people to be messed up by these corrupt individuals? Passion is corrupt too. Okay, so in Passion, I think I can't keep talking about Passion because it's obviously something that we differ about Passion. Passion is not the same person that you see when you see him on TV and in real life. And I think in ZANU-PF we need some young people that are progressive. And at the moment, young people are slowly seeing the poor delivery from Mnangagwa. But ZANU-PF won't go away. For the next 10 years, you still have ZANU-PF. So we need a new group of people. And Passion, they're not being allowed into ZANU-PF. They're on the peripheral. Pane team rakasimba rimzano aribvumi kuti vana Passion vapinde mzano. And Passion is not corrupt, it's not rich. That's why I was saying someone like those are some of the people that you need to assist. Set him up so that he has a proper structure in Zimbabwe. buy passion business in Zimbabwe. Do something that's actually useful. That will help. And for progressing the I see there's a lot of people who don't like passion here. I'm so sorry, Prophet Passion. People don't like you, but I've tried my best. Then Mkoma Prosper says, Gamba, what happened to the general that you said you were saying disappeared? I'm not saying general, he's Captain Matapo. He's not been seen since he went into Zimbabwe. And then Mkoma Wisdom said, Scott killed Pastor Messiah. Scott was not voted for by citizens, that's why we hate him. This will just be for a short time. The just shall be vindicated. And Scott must address this issue. Pastor Messiah, it must not be left alone. So, if I was Scott right now, because because this is a very bad thing that happened with Pastor Messiah. We don't want people who keep quiet when such things happen. And Scott, your people are responsible because you are the one who was campaigning there. So even if you didn't send them, your people are responsible and you are responsible. So we need to deal with this issue of Pastor Messiah. It will never go away. And I don't want to get mad like every day. I don't want to get mad. Pastor Messiah, my temperature increases exponentially because of what happened. I do not believe a seat what is a seat in parliament? I will never contest for a seat in parliament because as none Batsirais, that's useless with the MP. Mkwananzi says, Gabak, what about the Zephyr guys? I'll bring you the Zephyr guys, the Zephyr president today. There's a massive development over there, and it's not a good development. So I'll bring them to you tonight. If they don't come tonight, I'm going to review what's going on in Zephyr, and then we'll bring it to an end. So I think we're almost done here. And thank you very much, everyone, for joining. I get a bit worked up at the end here about the Scott issue. Scott knows my number. If he wants to talk to me, you can talk to me. Because I think that's zero. Nevan. They must stop this thing of killing people. By election. By election, it's a peaceful time. No one should kill anyone. And we must make it a point. Kuti Kanawano Katanga, kuti we are killing people during election. Every man must get out. Do you know that you're going to be next if you don't fight these things? So next time there's an election means Kakuti, all of us must be afraid. And I think that is not on. That's not on. So if you want to be in parliament, go there peacefully and do not kill people. So let's end with this comment here. Passion should know should know the passion we know is the passion we see on social media. He's an influencer and he influences people by social media. I think Mkoma Philip on social media. Everything on social media is fake. So everything on social media is fake. And pamnofunga kuti makatasa social media pipeline. Makatotasa vanhu. Vamwe vacho ndevezano. Musingazi ndevezano. Ma platforms amunofarira sterek. Ndezano. Like akato create from scratch. But amuziva ndiani akava create. I think ndapedza. Kana mida munoenda kunonzi Zim celebs. Munoona kuti kwakamira sei. I think ndapedza kana ndataura izvozvo. The biggest platforms in Zimbabwe. Akatokutoonwa nezano. But pane munhu akavagadzira. Someone made those platforms. And they didn't make themselves. So musazofunga kuti kana muchiteera chinhu kana muchiti dhara kana muchiti munova kuziva kuti who is who. Who creates the people that you're watching. And the worst thing is for you not to have knowledge. And if you don't have knowledge, you're going to eventually follow the wrong things. That's why social media, ZANU is so careful about social media. Because That is where they understand because the young people are there. And ZANU-PF yapera, and support. Mnangagwa yapera, and support. Ngoba Uebert is saying uwezana mina lezana mhlangana kufana lamanzi le oil. That is what I have to say to you, Mkoma Uebert. I will never support ZANU because of what they do, especially with these election killings, and also because ED has failed. And I say this here every day. There's no one in this country who's saying this is what I'm telling you now. ED has failed, and there is no way that ED can bring any change in Zimbabwe. So we need to move to a different thing. And the same thing with ED's boys. They will not be able to bring change to this country. We need something new. We need something very exciting, something very big, something very strong. And that is it. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I'll be back later today if some significant developments happen. There is a lot happening in the CCC, so I want to keep updating you. And this whole week, I'll be traveling. So let's see what happens. I'll probably be back in the evening with an update. But thank you very much for watching, and a good day to you all.